The night was still, yet inside Amelia Gray's heart, a storm raged. She sat in the corner of her dimly lit apartment, fingers tracing the keys of her old piano, each note carrying memories of love, trust, and betrayal. Music had always been her escape, but tonight, it was her weapon. Amelia had once trusted Daniel, her bandmate, and the man she thought was her greatest ally. Together, they had written songs that brought audiences to their feet and tears to their eyes. The world saw them as inseparable partners, the perfect duo. But behind the stage lights, Daniel's ambition burned darker than anyone could see. Months ago, Amelia had discovered the truth. Daniel had stolen her lyrics, her melodies, and passed them off as his own. He signed a solo record deal using her creations, leaving her name erased from every note, every stage, every spotlight. He had smiled as he betrayed her, claiming her heart and her art were nothing more than stepping stones to his fame. For weeks, Amelia's grief had paralyzed her. The songs inside her had gone silent, replaced with the echo of Daniel's voice on every radio station. But pain has a way of transforming into power, and Amelia knew one thing: he would never silence her forever. Her revenge began quietly. She returned to the underground music clubs where they had once played before fame swallowed Daniel whole. Disguised in shadows, she tested her new songs, ones crafted not from love, but from fury. The lyrics told stories of deceit, of masks torn away, of bloodless vengeance that cut deeper than knives. Audiences were captivated, though few knew the truth, that every word was a dagger aimed at Daniel. One night, she overheard Daniel boasting in an interview about his upcoming performance at the city's Grand Music Festival. It was the very stage they had once dreamed of standing on together. Amelia smiled bitterly. He thought it was his triumph, but she would make it his downfall. Using her connections in the underground circuit, Amelia secured her own slot at the festival, an unannounced surprise performance right before Daniel's headline act. The organizers welcomed her, curious about the mysterious rising star with haunting songs and a voice that seemed to hold both heaven and hell. The night of the festival arrived. Thousands gathered, cheering for Daniel, unaware of the storm about to hit. Dressed in black, Amelia walked onto the stage, the spotlight cutting through the darkness as murmurs rippled through the crowd. She sat at the grand piano, hands trembling for only a moment before finding strength. Her voice rose, soft at first, then sharper with each verse. He wore a crown of stolen gold, built from the lies he told. But every kingdom built on sand will crumble at another's hand. The audience hushed, entranced. Some glanced at Daniel, who stood frozen backstage, his face pale as he recognized the lyrics, words he had once read in Amelia's notebook before he tore her name away. Amelia's final chorus was not just a song. It was an accusation, laid bare before thousands. Her music revealed the truth, her story bleeding into every note. Whispers grew in the crowd. Reporters scribbled furiously. Cameras turned from Daniel to her, capturing the raw brilliance of the artist he had tried to bury. When the last note echoed into silence, The audience erupted in thunderous applause. There, cheers shaking the ground. Amelia stood, her gaze locking with Daniel's across the stage. For the first time, he looked small, stripped of his borrowed glory. Backstage, as Daniel tried to salvage his act, reporters bombarded him with questions. Did you steal her work? Is Amelia the real genius behind your music? The truth, once a secret, was now a wildfire he couldn't contain. His reputation crumbled in front of flashing cameras, his carefully built empire collapsing note by note. Amelia didn't stay to watch him fall completely. She didn't need to. She had already won. Her revenge wasn't about ruining his career. It was about reclaiming her voice, her art, her power. Later that night, as she sat in her apartment, once again, the piano keys beneath her fingers felt lighter. Her song had been heard. Her truth had been sung. And in the silence that followed, Amelia finally smiled. Because the sweetest revenge wasn't destruction, it was creation. And her music would live forever, long after Daniel's stolen notes had faded into dust.